What's going on, family? Peace, light, and love. And thank you for getting with me this week yet again. Man, it's been some crazy, crazy ass energy that's been going on out here in these cosmic streets, man. Like, shit. We just got with this fall equinox, which brought a special little, I don't know, it was a sparkly, tiresome overtone. It was weird. My energy was a little draggy, but I was all magical and shit feeling. I was in a zone. And then we got this Aries full moon. And I'm going to tell you something. That is a gangster ass G card moon. And with that, man, not only were we able to see a lot of real raw emotions, you got an opportunity to see who people really are. We got an opportunity to really make some powerful connections. We got opportunity, man, I got opportunity to like make some connections, ran into some folks that I ain't seen in quite some time, went out date night. Oh, let me tell you about that particular bullshit right there. Well, no, it wasn't no bullshit. Now, ho. Wasn't no bullshit, but it was the shit. It was a beautiful and magical night, family. Let me tell you for real. Now, of course, working with that Aries moon energy, I had to bust the red out. I'm wrong if I don't, right? Hold up, where my little color guide at? So what I was rocking with was, see, all on that Aries vibration, right? I was working with that Morocco red, I believe that's what it was, because see, that was my mom's color, right? Also, along with a little bit of that fiery red. Hold on. Is that what that is? The Morocco? Yes, indeed, Lord. Yes, Lord. No, not Morocco, my bad. Rococo red. That number is 18, 16, 52. And I'm going to tell you something. This one right here is a color that activates your power nature. So when you wear it, you meditate, you surround yourself with this, right? This really helps you in channeling your life force energy, right? And when you feel that it activates, that life force, that kundalini, and when you feel that, like it's contagious and shit, right? And you have that successful leadership type of energy within you, and is shared with all of the folks that surround you. Like, it's a very empowering energy. And it definitely was helpful when I was out and about out here. And it's also a very protective energy as well. And of course, because I was going on uncharted territory, we went on this boat ride, y'all. And shit, did y'all notice that there's a lot of water disaster going down around this world? I was checking in on the news, and I think there's some shit that's going on in Louisiana and in Mississippi and shit like that. Then we heard about New York that was flooding and everything. And water energy, all about those emotions and shit like that. So this is definitely a time for us to really check in with how we feel. That Aries moon just really brought shit up in front center. How you really feel? Oh, okay. We show it. We letting that come through in this particular cycle. But that Aries full moon energy comes at a time where it is also harvest season. And Aries energy also links up with the Fool, the zero, the tarot card, the Fool. And that's all about starting up new journeys. You know what I'm saying? And new cycles and shit like that. And so this is a very, very powerful and empowering moon for you to hit the reset button and leave the old shit back in the past that's not serving you. Some of that shit can come along. Bring that, right? But that, no, you can stay. No, hell no, you got to stay behind. This is what that energy is all about, because this is a new cycle. And when Aries energy comes through, this is really all about fresh starts, new beginnings and shit like that. That's that energy for that. So I was all in alignment with that shit, y'all. I was doing that thing. And then I put on my white sapphire earrings, and see those white sapphires, because see, first of all, you know, full moon, it affect folk differently. And this Aries energy we fucking around with, right? So I got that red on, that Rococo red, you go old goon red, bust your ass red, whatever you want to call it. But it wasn't even on that type of vibration, right? Because this was more of an empowering, let's get it type of vibration, right? And it definitely rocks so well with those white sapphire earrings. Them white sapphire earrings brought it to a whole nother level, because what that did, it elevated the energy. It keeps your mentality in higher realms. And I got to tell you, it did. It brought that element of goddess energy that I was vibing on at that particular time. Had my black hat, and then put it like my Uncle Floyd. I had it cock ace deuce, right? Threw that bitch on, covering up the crown chakra, black hat, you know, got my little Isis piece around there. That was definitely helping to contain and protect that crown chakra. And of course, that spiritual chakra in the back, that zeal chakra, you know, this is where you receive a lot of information. See, when you go into crowded situations, you don't know where everybody's head is at. People is under, you know what I'm saying, duress at some of these points in time in life. And, you know, and they bring all of their energy and all of their bullshit with them and all of the thoughts. And sometimes you get out and you're trying to get away from your troubles and all of that shit. But sometimes it's hard to shake them loose. And it's harder for other folks, especially when you're unaware and you're not really doing the work to kind of move past a lot of these stumbles in your roadblock, that holes in your energy. And it sits a completely different way. So with that, protect the neck. You get you a silk scarf. Silk is such a protective fabric. Such a protective fabric. I like wearing them when I'm sleeping. I like wearing them around my neck. I used to always wear them, especially when I was working and everything in those environments, because I was working in a behavioral health field and everything. I would encounter lots of energies, being all in different types of places and everything. And when you're in environments where you're dealing with people, especially that are volatile, especially those individuals that are experiencing a range of emotions, especially when they step into the extreme realms, it's very important that you protect the neck. And when you're doing spiritual work, also as well, another download that came through to me, which is something that was basic. Everybody knew this. I come late to the party sometime, no, y'all. So, you know, forgive a sister at the end of the day. But definitely when I'm doing that spiritual work to make sure that I'm covering the head, that crown chakra protection is essential in these cosmic streets, especially right about now, especially for those of us that's really sensitive to the energy out here at the end of the day. So definitely with that, I want to give a shout out to the Soul family. Hold up, let me ring my bell, and I'm gonna ring the bell and hit the ball. I've been dealing with this sound frequency energy. I've been ringing bells, tapping cymbals, playing instruments, getting that vibration raised up, and pulling out all of these old ass records from back in the 70s and shit. From I'm a kid, some of these was put out before I was even born and shit. And I'm rocking with these. My parents done left me some rocking ass tunes that just elevate the vibration. Y'all got to know this shit. And it is not a thing about just like holding on to some old ass music and listening to it, because, you know, that's what the layperson think. Well, who want to listen to no old record and they make that crackling noise and all of this other bullshit? Do not listen to people that's on this one dimension mentality, right? Because they will hold you back from your ascension. Don't let them fuck around and fuck that up for you. I'm here to tell you, you get you some of that old school music, put it on one of them old school channels and allow that music. There's healing in that music, because this was a time before when they wasn't messing with the frequency of that music. You see what I'm saying? See, and there's a lot of healing in that. The message was different. It hit a little different. See, you know, we talk about like all of the, you know, there was a conversation on the internet where old rap, shout out to Special Ed, who brought out some real truth to power when he was talking about how we changed over from that from hip hop that was uplifting and inspiring and really challenging us to do better and be better, to this whole gangster rap, connect to your lower self, fuck everything, money is my motivation type of mentality, you know, and how degeneracy, you know, has been the way, the direction of the music, especially within the hip hop community. Nas got it right like a long time ago when he put the grave out. He had a grave scene and threw a rose on hip hop and let us know that hip hop was dead. So I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying, I'm really wanting to be on some optimistic shit right about now, because I've been spending time around a lot of these younger souls, especially these cats that's in their 20s right about now. They on some different shit. So I'm encouraged. I am really, really encouraged that shit's gonna start elevating. The game is gonna change. These kids aren't fucking around the way that we used to. The things that moved us back then, when I was young, it don't move them. I wouldn't even been able to sit at a table with none of these young bucks that I done encountered when I was their age. Shit. All I was concerned with was passing the spliff and the drink and let me get my party on. I was about the business of working, you know, my kids, my man, but I was totally 3D. Hey, not so much. And then if you would have tried to have this conversation with me, you know, I would have really pushed back on that shit, right? I'd have, oh, ho, you try to take me to hell. I ain't going there. No, not for you, I ain't. So, you know, that's where the understanding was and everything. And so now I'm noticing that there's a lot of advancement because, see, this was a conversation that wasn't really happening that well. Like most of the conversations that was rooted in consciousness as I was coming up was more connected to conspiracy theory and speaking about like all of the shit that we don't like and all of the injustices that's in this world and how it's all a setup and a manipulation and all of that other shit. But let me tell y'all something, that's a slippery slope, because while all of that shit is true, getting caught in the energy of that, it's a tricky thing to navigate. And if you can't keep your vibration, if this is information that really fucks with you and lowers your vibration, and you can't really think of any solutions in navigating that shit, because see, a lot of times when it start hitting us a little differently, that's because the call is to try and find some spiritual or some other type of solutions that will help in finding solutions in that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? This is all about a call to action and shit. But then there's some folks, they punk out. They want to, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I said you punked out. I'm sorry. I know probably that ain't the way you see it, but this is how I see it. I get to say what I want, right? So you punk out and you decide that you don't want to know what's happening in the world. It's upsetting. It lowers my vibration. Well, then there's probably information that you ain't in a space to navigate. But for those of us that are really aware of how this world operates, all the injustices, all of the imbalances that's in this world, all of the disparities out here in these motherfucking streets, it is time for us to rise up and start finding some spiritual solutions for us to be able to overcome this shit. I'm optimistic we can maneuver this shit successfully. I am. Absolutely. And so this is a lot of the work that I've been doing within my capacity, is really finding solutions, because I sincerely believe, I sincerely know that for me, the way for me to navigate this matrix, and trust me, I was full-blown plugged in, was through my spirituality. That is absolutely what helped me. I want to send so much love to the soul family and all of the folks that's out here in the streets that's doing the damn thing. We still got this serious cipher. It goes down. It's on Clubhouse only. So now I'm no longer going to be recording the cipher. And that is, well, bigger reasons at the end of the day. But it's not necessary to record the cipher because the cipher is all about us getting together and helping each other out. So I'm going to stick more, put more of my energy on focusing on this podcast, on doing that independently. I am absolutely open to anybody that want to tap into this Venusian vibration that I'm dealing with on this particular podcast. I'm here for it, but I'm definitely going to allow spirit to navigate that situation. You fuck around and jump too quickly, you find yourself in a space you don't want to be in. So with this, I'm really biding time and allowing spirit to really speak to me so that I can make those successful connections, so that this will be a work that I can really feel proud of. This is an energy that shows up as a divine exchange. So definitely do that. I'm also doing some readings and everything. I'm still the pretty priestess out there on TikTok and them streets and everything. But I got another channel, it's Shakesha Divine. I'm on YouTube, and that's where I do the luminary oracle readings. That's on the new and the full moons and any other celestial event that may stand out to me and everything. But I've been getting so many downloads. It's been a hell of a challenge for me to just do the reading sometimes. And so this last time I did a collective oracle reading for all the signs. I broke them down, by the elements and everything, but that has been taking like a shit ton of my energy. So I had sat with spirit for a little bit to just really kind of recalibrate and refocus on the direction that I'm supposed to be going in at this particular point. Like, I got all these oracle decks, and I know the decks, they open up for channel. This is most gangster. I can't even explain how that works. It's like a switch hits, and then all of this insight starts flowing through and shit like that. That shit is gang and stir. So I know I came to do some work with that particular shit right there. Just how so? We got to wait and see what spirit got to say to let it flow and everything. But definitely tune in to those particular channels. They need some love. They ain't got no show up all like that just yet. But I'm telling you, there's going to be some content that's really going to be helpful. And it is my expectation and my intention that these channels grow, they flourish, and then I'm able to provide some content that will really be useful and helpful for all of us in this ascension process. Also, if you don't know, you need to know the basic on how this energy works, how you can utilize your creative energy and really make that work for yourself. Grab holistic appeal. We take that sexual energy and creative energy is the same energy. Ain't nobody telling you about how to get your freak on. I'm telling you about how to get in alignment with your most sensual and sexual self. And you can find that shit on Amazon by Shakesha. Now, you can also get this or any other information about me at prettypriestess.com. Now, that's enough about me. All right, let's talk about the number for today. Today is a 3-day. Ain't today I'm still on September right here. Let me fix that. But we got, today is the 3rd, and that's that 3 energy. 3 is all about creativity, ambition, and this is a time where you really have to be sensitive is where I'm going. Sensitive to your expression, how you're coming off and everything, so that you can really begin making those successful connections. So number 3 is a really good day to connect with folks. It's an auspicious day. It's an auspicious day. The goddess Neith is coming through, letting us know it is an auspicious day to make some contacts and get out there and pitch your ideas, talk your shit, do your thing, whatever it is. But just make sure that you're paying attention to the audience at hand, because everybody's not receiving what you're giving. And if they ain't, then that's your clue to keep it moving. They ain't tribe. It's cool. All right. Yeah, so that equinox, we talked about that Aries moon. It was gangster, no doubt about it. The eclipse that's coming up, Mercury entering into Libra with that is going to bring us some more successful communication out here in these streets. I got a friend of mine whose placement is Mercury and Libra, and she got to be the most diplomatic gangster out here in these streets. And she has definitely been one of the people that I've really been paying attention to and watching and studying, and how she communicates to be able to get a lot of successful outcomes. I'm sure she knows, but it is her communication that makes her wildly successful. Her ability to connect with people, to be able to hold space for people and make sure she's showing up and holding space for herself. Very diplomatic, very clear in her communication, and very respectful, nevertheless. And the way that she delivers it commands respect. And if she's talking to someone of authority and they're talking to her and they kind of getting out of pocket, she will calmly stop them and say, with all due respect, and then go ahead with all of that. Now, that right there is a very, very gangster way to be diplomatic and to really incorporate that cooperative vibration. I'm here to tell you, with all due respect. Absolutely. But notice how this energy, because what are we in Libra season already. See, so this is really an opportunity for us to really see how that energy shows up within our life, because Libra is all about partnerships. It's all about our relationships and everything. We gonna learn some lessons out here in these cosmic streets about these relationships. You watch what I'm telling you. See, I'm noticing that a lot of shit's coming into fruition and everything. This is all divine order. I need us to really get into this space of trusting divine order, divine timing, divine process. It goes down in these spiritual streets, but all of these things are working for our highest and greatest good. And let me let y'all know something. If you've been out here doing the work, and I'm not talking about like the heavy lifting, showing up, punching a clock every day work, right? I'm talking about that internal work, understanding how you work, understanding how you think, understanding what triggers you, what embarrasses you, why you don't like that motherfucker for real at the end of the day. Just something about that person, right? What's that all about? Why do you feel insecure in certain situations? What are those things? Are you at peace with not having that six-pack belly, picking up a little bit of weight? What does that mean for you? That type of shit. Can you come to peace with the relationships that surround you? Go move into a space of acceptance of where people are. That was one of my fucking things that I really have to work through. This is what I came here to do. This is the work I came here to do, to really, really accept people for who they are and where they are in life. And you know what I'm saying? And still allow it to be all love. And so, that's the walk that I'm doing, respecting that shit. Don't mean you get a seat at my motherfucking universe or at my table. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean you get to occupy space in my universe, get a seat at my table. Don't mean I fucks with you, but I do love you and it's good. This is the way divine order sets in so that we can begin getting into this space of sorting, separating, and all of that shit. Good times, powerful times. See, so when we bust into this year 2024, it's going to be a universal 8-year, an empowering year. So we go watch what it do. So definitely rock with that. Let me talk about some dope shit y'all need to get with. I just started working with, like I said, I show up late to the party. You probably already down, you know what I'm saying? But I shows up late. This Angel Aura Quartz. Now, I don't know why I didn't need that shit in my life, but I'm telling you, it helps to bring in a more radiant and a beneficial aura. I got these in the little prayer beads and everything because I've been working with like mantras and all of that shit and It is transformational. We talked about that shit in the cipher, so you definitely want to check that out. Oh, the ciphers is recorded on Clubhouse too, while I'm at it and everything. They just won't be on my podcast no more. I just wanted to do a little something to get the, you know what I'm saying, to get some interest in conversation. And these are people that I know that are very intelligent and in the know. And I thought the conversation was going to get deep and interesting and everything. But you know, as we move, as we develop, and as we start doing this work, you know, that conversation will definitely start to shift to become a lot more enlightening, a lot more intriguing, and a lot more beneficial out here in these streets. But in the meantime, we go get this work. So yeah. But these angel aura quartz, man, do they help? Hell yeah, they do. They bring in a more radiant, a more beneficial aura. It opens us up to higher levels of understanding. At least this is the effect that it has had on me. Now I got to go look up what this shit's supposed to do and everything. I needed to experience this right here, right? So this is what it's done for me. It helped me to open up to higher levels of understanding and compassion. It helps in healing a lot of trauma, some old shit, you know what I'm saying, that I felt like I got to protect myself from this shit. I got to make sure that shit don't go down no more and all of that. Not so much of that energy. You know, you can kind of navigate, you know what it is, you get where it is, and you in a space of acceptance instead of sitting here like, hold the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Healing that trauma. Definitely a powerful gangster ass stone to work with. Also helps with memory and focus and shit like that. Helps with that. So definitely rock with that. And you know, they say you can hold this in your receiving hand and visualize the energy flowing through your body and your aura. And you can, and it has this little magical, what is that color? I'm going to say like a light purple blue type of aura. This is this magical color that I have been seeing quite often, especially when I'm out there in that sun. It shows up on the skin. It's all sparkly and shit like that. So yeah, that was definitely divine. Now that I'm thinking about it, for me getting these damn angel aura quartz, get that shit. Where did I get mine? I got mine, I think, what I get on Amazon, eBay. I ordered them online, and thankfully it really worked out and everything. You know, some people, they kind of caution against buying your crystals online, but I got a gangster ass spiritual support team standing around me that makes sure the fuckery don't come through. Well, once in a while, especially when I get a little out of hand with buying stuff. See, you just need to go to school. That's what you got to do. But as far as my spiritual products is concerned, I kind of hit right. I kind of hit right with that. So set the intention first. You know what I'm saying? Get them guys to help you out. So if you ordering something online that you can't find at the local little shops that's in your community, or if they even got one in your community, make sure you do that first, and then you can go. It's money in the bank after that. Don't you worry about it after that. It's good. You in the house, right? But I want to talk a little bit about fashion alchemy, because this right here is a magical process of creation and transformation of yourself, of your wardrobe, of your expression. See, alchemy itself is a magical process of creation and or transformation. You know, where they talk about that turning the base metals to gold or making something from nothing and all of that type of shit. That's fashion alchemy right there. It's a magical process of creating or transforming our expression. And we get to hit the reset button completely on our expression, on our image, hell, on ourselves. This is a move that I make all the time. I make adjustments for the situations. However, there's some base rules to this process. Remember, I told y'all about that outfit I put together on day night for that Aries moon. Y'all got to know I showed up that day too. You know, showed up. Yes, indeed. But here go the rules to this game. Of course, you know that. If you really want to be in line, I mean, do what you want to do, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I did that too. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it my way and, see what result I get. Sometimes it works. Sometimes, not so much. However, I'm going to tell you, set your intention of the energy that you commanded, right? So what we doing? We doing sensual, intellectual, regal, studious, artistic, that business type of energy, that carefree, that artistic, or that athletic energy, right? Is that what we doing? Or are we breaking it down like I did in Holistic Appeal, where I break them down by the elements so that I can categorize, my vibration, right? The earth is that casual vibration. Air is business. Fire is bold. Water is that flowing artsy thing, Holistic Appeal. It's on Amazon. Yeah, no doubt. Then next, what you got to make sure that you're doing is tuning into the frequency. I talk about that in the book too. You tune into the frequency. It's like tuning into a radio station, right? You can hardly hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially here, we got a black radio station. You used to have the strongest signal and you could just turn it on, whop, right there. As long as you was in the vicinity, you turned it on and you was jamming like nobody's business. They sold that station and now it's kind of somewhere in the middle, in the corner, some damn where. And you got to get it just right and lean to the side in order to get your jam on, right? That's exactly what you got to do when you're tuning into the frequency of any of the energy that you're commanding, just like a radio station, right? So if you go tune into your cool, maybe you need some glasses or you know what I'm saying? That studious look, you need the glasses for the studious look, right? You want to look educated and all of that, like you knows you something. Get you some glasses. Or maybe if you want to look cool and command that cool, look about yourself, right? You grab you up some sunglasses. Sunglasses always make me feel cool. I don't know what you saying, but for me, I need my sunglasses if I want to feel cool. Then the hat, of course, you get you a hat. And like my uncle say, you top that ace deuce. You in business right there. The hat, it just does a little something for me, especially the ones with that brim. It just brings that extra flair. It brings that savoir-faire to the situation. I like it a lot. Do you need a certain type of hairstyle? Maybe you need to puff it up, push it down, let it flow. How you need to do that? Your colors. Color is my magic. I had that power color, that Rococo red that was going on in these streets out here, right? And let me tell you, they got a whole bunch of other reds that's very, very similar, fire red, red, you know what I'm saying? You got to investigate the red and find that red that's gonna rock for you, because I'm here to tell you, there it is. Sense. Oh my goodness. Sense, see, that shifts that brain all into the frequency right there. You want to really transport yourself into some shit, deal with scent. That's what you do right there. But first and foremost, let me make sure you set your intentions, you tuning into the frequency. I done rambled on about that. Make sure you are in alignment. Get in alignment with whatever your intention is. See, because your ego will mess this all up by telling you somewhere where you ain't. So you got to keep it real with yourself so that you can make the adjustments that's going to be beneficial. You can't fuck around wearing a size 12 and squeeze your ass into a 10. It ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna blow shit. Keep it real with yourself, huh? So, or you can stay in your head and act surprised when your results ain't really what you need. I mean, shit, because it definitely ain't your fault. What the fuck you want me to do with that, right? I mean, hey, or you can play that game. You can do that too. You get to do it. But for the rest of us, let's check in. All right. Let's check in. Let's look at our actions. See, when we don't find ourselves paying close enough attention, we find ourselves working to connect with the inner queen, right? We want to do that, right? But we show up stripper pole, mistaken that sexy vibration for slutty. Another thing we tend to do is we want to connect. Let's say we want to connect with a successful energy. Yeah. But then we show up street strumpet, You know what I'm saying? Mistaking that bullshit ass program media spell of the hustler as a successful vibe, which is very limited to places of social and successful interactions, I might add. You know what I'm saying? I want to encourage folks. It's my recommendation that you resist the urge to have giant and bold designer names on your clothes. It does not scream success. Not for me, it don't. It don't scream success at all. Also, if you're wearing something that's uncomfortable, let's make sure you know this, because this is just a check-in on alignment, okay? So make sure that you're truly in alignment with what the true vibration is. You ain't sexy if you spilling out of shit. It's not sexy at that point if you ain't comfortable. All right, got that. You know, the street strumpet look. I call it street strumpet because you looking like you the hustler gangster, the 50 Cent program dudes. You know what I'm saying? What is this? The power guys, the guys there. You know what I'm saying? That show up like that. You know, he got it right. He went and got him a suit on. He started connecting to the vibration of that, and then he ended up dying. That was unfortunate. Whatever. But anyway, if you're wearing something that's not comfortable, if you don't squoze into your clothes, if it is too big for you, if you walking on the bottom of it, if they high waters, I know these fools got folks wearing these bullshitting ass high water pants that look like they all tight in the booty and all of this. I don't, what man is let somebody convince them to wear that? I just don't know, whatever. But anyway, that you get to do what you want. This is my opinion. I get to say what I feel, huh? All right. If you're wearing shit that's not comfortable, you are not in alignment with your star player. You are not in alignment with your star player. That is your telltale sign that it's uncomfortable. Your feet hurt. I know I tried to wear fucking heels, tried to create a spell to get that shit to work. I was going to fit a square peg in a round hole, and it worked too for a little bit, you know. I mean, say, hey. Created some little, I got the hands rubbing and, you know, got that intention oil and, you know what I'm saying, really rub my feet down before I threw my little stocking joint on and whatnot, my little knee highs, whatever. You know, definitely got me through the day. I don't know how beneficial that was at the end of the day because I won't go nowhere near no heels at this point right now, unless I just got to do it. And I ain't came up with no occasion that I just got to do it because I can find me something that's really comfortable. And you know what? Let me be quiet because I'm going to let the divine surprise me. Fuck around, find me some comfortable shoes that's heels. So I'm going to leave that alone. Also, make sure we resisting the urge. See, because that comfort thing, that'll trip folk up to be so comfortable that you dim your light by wearing things that's not complimenting us at the end of the day. See, we got to resist this all or nothing type of mentality. We got these extreme thoughts in our thought process. We got to resist the urge. It is another recommendation that I have, that we resist the urge for extreme and all or nothing thinking. We got to do it all this way, or it got to be all that way, or everybody. See, when you start using those type of thoughts, those types of mentality, it's a spell. That's all I got to say. It's a goddamn spell. Now, I want to get another check-in because I want to make sure we understand that this ain't about pretending that you somebody that you ain't. See, being authentic is connecting to the truth of your being. Otherwise, you wouldn't desire to be in alignment with this. See, having a desire to do better, to improve, this is in alignment with the true essence of who you are. Not allowing yourself to be open to make those adjustments that's really going to make you feel your most confident, your greatest version. See, that's when we find out we done made some wrong turns back there somewhere when we ain't doing that. See, we got to really embrace. See, with that Aries moon, it really helped me to embrace that I am fucking energy. That, oh, Aries energy is so god damn it. Ugh. And that is that sound for that root chakra clearing. Ugh. God damn it. Ugh. It's that I am energy. I'm creating my life through my intentions. So therefore, with that shit, I'm focusing my mind on creating positive and loving thoughts that vibrate for me on the highest level. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because see, this I am energy, it brings you into that. See, they go back to that blessed assurance that was in that dragon stone, that color that I like wearing. That's another variation of red, that deep red. Because you know that you are a part of divine perfection. So therefore, that means that you are perfect if you are part of divine perfection, right? Without no doubts, without no fucking bullshitting game that you playing with your ego. You finding beauty in everything, and you embracing all of these lessons and embracing all of the obstacles and challenges that you have. You know, making sure that we see this unity consciousness mentality can really help to propel you with that I am energy. All right. Let me stop rambling. Here I go. See, there I go again. Let me wrap this up in conclusion. Damn it. It's all about loving yourself. It's all about being in alignment with the greatest version of yourself, you see. Because again, that self-love, it helps you to radiate. Everything changes when you start loving yourself. You ain't showing up thinking that you need to be validated from motherfuckers all around you. You ain't got that desperate energy. You start becoming powerful within, attracting better. Oh, check that out. Confirmation, huh? The more you love who you are, the less you worried about validation and approval from these fools out here in the street that probably don't give two shits at the end of the day. So on this whole thing with fashion alchemy, because I want to make sure we got that shit. I like it. I like it a lot. Deal with fashion on how it makes you feel, because it is your emotions, energy and motion. That's where the magic is. Your thoughts. We can break it all down, because your thoughts, that's the air element, will help you create. Your feelings, which the water brings, which creates. Your inspiration is fire, which brings manifestation, which is the earth element. But you got to hold that frequency. You got to hold that frequency and be truly in alignment with what it is that you're trying to do. See, as you look for those things that make you shine bright, those things that make you feel good, see, this is when you start tuning into who you really are. And the whole world will begin to transform right before your fucking eyes, I assure you. And make sure that you understand that at the end of the day, it ain't your job to transform others. That's why we talking about fashion alchemy. This is you we talking. We talking us. This is us work. This is self-love work right here. Because it ain't your job. It ain't my job to transform others. It is our job to transform ourselves and watch everything else around us fall in line. Yeah. All right. So let me see how much time I've been on here running my yap for a long enough time. I'm gonna call it a day right there. And I want to send you all love and light, and have a beautiful rest of the week. Get yourself prepared this week. This eclipse is coming up. Start really thinking about the direction that you're going in. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to order me a compass, a real compass, so that I can make sure that I'm reminding myself to stay in alignment and following that North Star. That's one of the things I'm going to gift myself with for this particular eclipse that's coming up right here. I want to stay in alignment. So I'm going to write a list of all of the shit that I'm trying to be on, that I'm trying to be about, or no, that I am on, that I am about. This try shit. Trust me, I know. Working this out. And really start thinking about those things that's getting in the way of me being in alignment with those things that I have listed there. This, you know, I'm put a handful down because I've been had a list that was longer than my arm, whatever. But you know, sit and think about some of the things that you want to do, the way that we want to shift and everything, because this fashion alchemy is going to come up and it's going to help you out like nobody's business. It will help to propel you in getting in alignment. Be open to that. Trust me when I tell you. I'm going to get up out of here. Peace and light. Peace and love. Oh, 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 oh.